Hi, and welcome to our mid-season recap of the NFL. After 10 weeks down, a few of the top stories from the 2020 season. COVID. There, that's enough about that subject, moving on. The biggest story is definitely the injuries. They just keep piling up. The NFL is injuring more young black men than the NYPD. To be fair, they're also injuring the whitest guy in the league. Gingers, am I right? Gross. With the long IR list, it's an argument which team is most hurt by their injuries. Most agree it's the Cowboys, but I still don't understand. I don't really see it as a missed opportunity this year. It's more like,
oh no! We suck again!
The whole NFC East is embarrassing, and there's a good chance that someone with a losing record will win the div and make the playoffs. Whoever does will basically be Shaq's ex-girlfriend. You didn't belong with the big boys, and now you have some vague memories of being crushed and are probably suffering from multiple lower body injuries. Even as bad as the NFC East is, the title of most disappointing team in the league, hands down, the Houston Texans. They fired their head coach 5 games in and expected to see an immediate turnaround. Doesn't look like that's going to happen this season. Take a lesson, America. You're not through the woods yet. The most surprising team of the year is a toss-up. Arizona Cardinals are close, but really, adding DeAndre Hopkins always made them a potential contender. But nobody expected the Dolphins to be 6-3 after 10 weeks. With the Broncos, Jets, and Bengals coming up over the next 3 weeks, they could be 9-3 this season. Their defense is one of the top ranked in the league. As an offense, you try to understand what the hell is going to come at you here. It's like trying to predict what a meth tweaker is going to do. The biggest storyline to begin the year was the Buccaneers versus the Patriots and who was going to perform better, Brady or Belichick. 10 weeks in and I just don't want to hear about it anymore. Each week, both teams have to be dissected and compared, and it seems as though sports writers and commentators can't seem to finish and must have some journalism blue balls building up. Them splitting up only meant one thing. I have to hate 2 teams where it only used to be 1. Another storyline not living up to the hype this year? Protests. I'm not upset about this one, but it turns out if the NFL would have just leaned into the BLM movement in the beginning, they could have avoided the mess of the past few years. Plus, Colin Kaepernick would have a job, because right now, Garrett Gilbert, Nick Mullins, Jake Luton, and Drew Lock are starting quarterbacks in the NFL. What a world. Up for debate is who is the best team in the league to date. The Steelers are the only undefeated team left, but one gets a feeling they wouldn't be undefeated if they played the Chiefs. Everything is going Mahomes' way. When you look up Mahomes on Google, 80% of the pictures are just of him smiling. This week, they're facing their only loss, the Raiders, so all eyes on Sunday night primetime. There is no argument for the worst team in the league. It's the Jets. Of course it's the Jets. Tanking for Trevor. Fire Adam Gase. The only thing these guys can catch is COVID. The only touchdowns they experience is when their plane lands at the opposing city. When some fans are embarrassed by their team, they put a paper bag on their head. Jets fans need a plastic bag, tied at the neck. But as always, The Simpsons already said it best.
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
We reached out to one Jets fan to get his opinion on this 2020 season.
Don't worry, Sarah. They won't know it's me. I'm wearing a mask. Fuck off.
No person should own that much Jets gear. There's been some huge plays and great football this season. Everyone loved Metcalf chasing down that tackle, and the meme game was lit. A huge comeback game from the Cowboys with a highlight of their year. The Falcons were nice enough to let 3 other teams have that feeling too. An amazing Cardinals OT win over the Seahawks, then another amazing Cardinals win with one of the best Hail Marys seen in years, starting a meme extravaganza. For the last big play of the year so far, here at the Sports Show, we have exclusive rights to new technology. We actually have a camera in stadium where when you point it at a player, you can actually hear his thoughts. Comes in handy when it was following Daniel Jones on his highlight of the year.
All right, Daniel, just a couple yards up the middle. Fake the handoff. All right, get a couple yards. Holy shit, I have room. Holy shit, I run, DJ, you got this. Oh, come on, legs, keep up with me. Oh, no, shit. Oh. That's okay. No, nobody saw that. No, it won't be a big deal. Keep it cool, Danny Dimes. You're cool. You're cool. Yeah.
An overlooked part of this season was addressed in a press conference after Week 10. Few people saw it, so we'll bring you that clip now. Hey everyone. I know this is unorthodox for the ref to come out for a post-game interview. I just have a brief statement, and then I'll take your questions. I've just noticed that me and my fellow Straps have been doing just a bang-up job this year. No overly stupid penalties, nothing that's controversial, deciding the game. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of not getting recognition for a good job. When we screw up, you guys eat us alive. Where's the praise? This is a game of inches, not feet, not miles, inches. And we're on top of it. And it's always the same with you. Never good enough. Well, you know what? You could say it. You could say, good job, son. I'm proud of you, boy. You understand that, Dad? It's not that hard. There'll be no questions. Maybe some unworked out issues there. But the refs have been doing good. And there has been a real lack of off-field drama this year. Maybe things are happening, but COVID is keeping everyone busy enough. They don't care. You know, that at some point OBJ was getting his chest shit on, allegedly. But this year's NFL season has the off-field drama of an Adam Sandler movie. I know he's tried them before, but I still can't see him in a serious movie. Can you imagine Bobby Boucher in this role? Lastly, we'll finish the show on our newest segment. With Coach's Corner no longer up to libtard standards, football is a great transition for our slightly retooled show where you people aren't really a problem. Football! The great niece of the Canadian icon has been successfully coaching Pee Wee football for the past few years. She now joins us in a commentary capacity in Behind the Bench with Donna Cherry. Hey Donna, so what are your thoughts from the first half of the season?
Well, it's good to see some football players in pro sports on again. These guys are tough. They aren't going to let some scamdemic prevent them from playing the game they love.
Well, Donna, it does seem that COVID has some serious implications.
That's enough of that garbage. Let's talk some football. It's great to see Chase Claypool not only make it to the NFL, but get the start and absolutely crush it. That's good Canadian genes right there. That boy knows how to play.
He has been putting up some impressive numbers in his rookie career. And, you know,
how about them referees, huh? They've been doing a decent job this year, but would you put the flag away on those roughing the passers? You make a couple $100 million, you'd think they could take a hit or two. I mean, do we have that clip? Do we have that clip?
Are we working on that? clip?
It doesn't matter. But I have seen some pretty soft tits, and some pretty boys need to toughen up.
Well, they want to keep their money makers and entertainers in the game, you know.
But what about them rookie QBs? Looking great out there. Burrow, Tua, Herbert. Great kids. I bet they eat their steak and potatoes before the game. That Burrow knows how to take a hit. Walked it off like a champ, that kid. But lastly, let's talk about these silly celebrations. This is getting out of hand, fellas. Goofy stuff. Real men, they take the points, they get ready for the next play. The time you spend dreaming up new ways to show off, you should have been practicing. Take it from Coach Cherry. Kids, keep your eye on the ball. I'm Donna Cherry.
That's all the time we have here on Behind the Bench. See you next time.